In the interim budget presented by Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, she mentioned the government will encourage vaccination of girls aged 9 to 14 against cervical cancer. How this announcement will take shape and how far it will impact. Let's talk to doctor and health rights activist Shanti Ravindranath. Hello, doctor.
Hello.
Being a gynecologist, can you tell us how this announcement will impact, and can you talk to us more about how this will help the girl children?
Yeah, the cancer cervix is very important one. And in India, every 8 minutes, that is once in every 8 minutes, one Indian woman is dying out of cancer cervix. And this is a very shocking incident, and it has been there for quite a long time. And the government of India is not giving importance to this. Even now, this announcement is telling that it will be encouraged to have a vaccination. And nowhere it is given the word called free. Naturally, previously the cost of the vaccination was too high. It was around 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 of that kind. But now it has come to 250 rupees or so, produced by a private company. And so if you give 2 doses, it will come around 500 rupees for a girl children in the age group of 9 to 14. But the beauty of this cancer cervix is, though it is having a dreadful death rate, the advantage, the positive aspect of this cancer is, one is it is preventable. Second one, it is curable if it is found out in an early stage. And this is can be controlled with the vaccination. There are certain countries in the world there, like Australia, they have even driven away the cancer cervix by giving the effective vaccination. The World Health Organization is telling 90, 70, 90 program. This is within inverted comma. This first 90 says that the 90% of the girl children should be given the cancer cervix vaccination. This vaccination, what do you mean by it's a human papilloma virus vaccination? This virus is the major cause for the occurrence of this cancer cervix. And so if you give this vaccination, the elimination of this cancer cervix is really possible, and it's very...
I'm coming to that,
yeah.
So why it is important that the age group of 8 to 14 should get covered? What is behind this age group?
Yeah, first point is this is because of the virus. This is human papilloma virus. Second point is we do have a vaccine. Third point is if you give this vaccination, it is definitely controlling or eliminating this disease. Fourth point is it's preferable if you give this vaccination before the girls are getting exposed to sexual life. And that is the very purpose of it, the very meaning of it. And so if, before they get introduced to that virus through sexual route, if they get vaccinated, it will be really good, and the impact is really good. And that is why we are encouraging. We are telling that girl children should have this 2 doses of it. There are this vaccine, this virus is causing other diseases. Even male children are given that. Why I am telling this means we have enough strong supportive evidences to say this vaccine is safe and it is very useful vaccine.
Okay. Yeah. How this will help the vaccine cost, ma'am? Cost of this vaccine, how will it impact in the price?
The vaccine cost has come down very much. If a private company can produce a vaccine for a 250 rupees, if it is being produced by a public sector, by the government owned factory, it will be really cheap. And that should be that announcement should come from the central government. That's what our expectation. In Chengalpattu we have IVC, that's the integrated vaccine companies. It's not at all functioning, it's just kept closed. But using those kind of a public sector vaccine production company, if you produce vaccine, and it will be very cheap. And we imagine the country is too big and having more than 500 crore population of that age group. If it is a girl, it will come around 20 crore or something of that kind. For them, if we give this vaccination free of cost, it will be really useful. And if not give this vaccination, what else we are going to give to the children of this country, girl children especially. So this is very important. It is where the announcement from the finance minister is very depressing, because the word encouragement is just conveys nothing. The exact word should be free. This cancer cervix prevention vaccination program will be included in the universal program of immunization or expanded program of immunization of this country, and each and every girl of this age group will be given this vaccination free of cost, and by the government, by producing through the public sector company. And that is the exact announcement we expected, but this announcement is not so. The encouraging word is it's very tricky word, and it's not going to be of any use. It may be useful to the private company. And so the government should have this announcement in a better manner, and the government should start producing the vaccination by the public sector company, and so that we can save the enormous public money. At the same time, we can save the girl children of this country.
Why do you think the announcement is not very clear from the but why do you think the announcement is not very clear, ma'am?
Because the announcement is not using the word free. The encouragement may be of any kind. You can say that I can give awareness to the children that go and get this vaccination. That's also encouragement. You can even encourage a private company to sell those products to government hospitals. So encouragement is a vague terminology. Who is getting encouraged by whom for what, and that is a very vague terminology. So what is expected of is the people should be known about the impact of this cancer and how it causes the death. What is the role of this vaccination in clearing this disease, in preventing our children from dying from this cancer, and that is called health awareness. That is information, education, communication is a need of the hour. Simultaneously, it should be given free of cost. It should get included in the national vaccination program, and that is what the WHO also expects from us.
Okay. Ma'am, can you tell us how this public sector vaccine production units are not upgraded, or as you mentioned, it has to be given the push to produce vaccines when we talk about the universal vaccination?
Yeah, vaccine is very, very important. It has saved our children and our Indian population from very many diseases, especially smallpox, polio. You can list it out. And even now we are fighting for dengue vaccination. It is not done. But this vaccination, especially the human papilloma virus vaccination, that is HPV vaccination, is too good. And now the cost of production by private companies is very less. So the same thing can be done by us. But unfortunately, after coming to the power, this government of India, they have started closing the public sector in IDBL and other Karnataka antibiotics, and there are two Indian drugs manufacturing company were closed, and another 3 are in a disinvestment stage. And this is a very bad intimation to our country, and we have to standardize, improve the standardization, improve the money pumped to the government sector. Instead, the government is closing the vaccine factories, closing the drug manufacturing company, and it is not a good sign. So the other way around, as I have already mentioned, in Chengalpattu we have got a wonderful vaccine complex, and it can be opened and we can produce all kind of vaccinations what is needed for our country, which is a very cheap rate, in a very good manner, cost effective manner, and a very quality manner. I just want to say that quality manner. So that should be the attitude, but exactly the government is taking the reverse round.
The federal spoke to officials in Tamil Nadu Health Department to check whether they had received any information regarding free vaccination. Officials said they are yet to get any official announcement from the Union Health Ministry, but they are ready with the necessary facilities like cold storage and registry of girl children who can be vaccinated in one go. Though the official announcement is yet to be made, sources in the Union Health Ministry confirms that a mass vaccination program against cervical cancer has been planned in 3 phases, and the program is expected to be rolled out in the second quarter of this year. The vaccination program will be implemented based on guidelines from the National Technical Advisory Group for Immunization, which guides the Indian government on its vaccination policy.
Subscribe to the Federal's YouTube page for more news and updates.